Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to my channel. If you love ingenious DIY projects, creative life hacks, and everything in between, you're in the right place. Before we jump in, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to me. And don't forget to drop a comment below about what you'd love to see next. Subscribing is totally free, and you'll be the first to know whenever I post mind-blowing new content. Trust me, you don't want to miss a thing. Today's video is a real treat for those of you who can't resist a good challenge. Can you make a bike electric for $10? One guy did this. Yes, you heard that right. This ambitious inventor took on a crazy challenge to see if it's even possible to turn a regular bicycle into an electric-powered ride for just $10. Think about it. Electric bikes can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But this adventurous project aims to do it all at a fraction of the cost. Believe me, you'll want to stick around until the very end to see if this wild experiment actually works, and if you could try it yourself. And here's a little hint. Once you see how he did it, you might never look at regular bikes the same way again. Let me assure you, this isn't just another cheap hack. It's a story of resourcefulness, creativity, and determination that will blow your mind. So get cozy, stay tuned, and keep your eyes peeled for some surprising twists. And yes, a special discount treat is coming up too. We have a 70% off promo on All About Bicycle Accessories linked in the description, but more on that later. For now, let's jump in and discover how one guy managed to defy the odds and build an electric bike on an insane budget. 1. The insane idea. Our journey begins with Chris, an eccentric, hands-on individual who's always tinkering, modifying, and perfecting. As someone who loves building new gadgets out of discarded or extremely cheap materials, he set out on a mission. Could he electrify his old bicycle for a measly $10? It started as a friendly bet among his pals. One evening, while they were discussing the pros and cons of modern e-bikes, especially their price tags, Chris made a bold claim. "I can build one for $10, he joked. But when his friends scoffed at the idea, he doubled down. His rationale? Bikes are simple. The technology is straightforward. And even if you can't get a sleek, high-voltage battery, you can scavenge for parts. He believed that with enough know-how, anything is possible. And that's the hook here. Was he just bluffing, or did he have a real plan up his sleeve? Keep watching, because the next segment will dive into exactly how he found the parts, and you might be surprised at how accessible these items are. 2. Gathering resources from unexpected places. Now, when most of us think of building an electric bike, we imagine ordering specialized motors, controllers, batteries, and wiring from online electronics shops. But Chris wanted to do this for only $10. That's practically pocket change in the realm of e-bikes. So, where do you even begin? Scrap yards and junk piles. Chris's first stop was the local junkyard. You'd be amazed at how many electronics, motors, and random odds and ends people throw out every day. From broken power tools to obsolete drones, he found a treasure trove of potential. He scoured these piles of cast-off items, looking for anything that could be repurposed. Garage sales. The second major resource? Weekend garage sales. While most people are on the lookout for vintage clothing or collectible figurines, Chris was after anything that contained a motor. You see, the motor is crucial. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to function. And guess what? He found an old cordless drill for a few dollars. A drill that might be the missing piece to his wild puzzle. Another day, he stumbled upon a battered electric scooter at a yard sale. It was in deplorable condition, but the small motor attached still worked. Online classifieds, free section. And then there's the beauty of online classifieds. where you can sometimes find functional items for free just because people don't want to bother fixing them. Chris wasn't shy about collecting broken, outdated gadgets. Even though they no longer served their original purpose, their parts, batteries, cables, and motors were fair game. So how did he manage to keep the cost under $10? He spent exactly $3.50 on the old cordless drill and $6.50 on some chain, brackets, and other bits that he couldn't salvage. The rest was all upcycled or found for free. Let that sink in. The entire foundation of his e-bike project was built on items others deemed worthless. Curious yet? Just wait until you see how he put everything together. Because let's be honest, it's one thing to gather a pile of random stuff, but it's another to actually transform it into a functional machine. 3. The planning stage. Chris approached this project with a methodical strategy. He knew time spent planning would save him time and money in the long run. Blueprinting the drivetrain. An electric bike essentially works by powering the bike's rear wheel via a motor, a chain or belt, and a battery pack. Chris planned to attach the motor near the rear wheel, using the chain to connect it to the bike's gears. Assessing motor capacity. The cordless drill motor, while small, can provide a surprising amount of torque, enough to at least assist with pedaling. The question was whether it could run continuously without overheating. Chris decided to incorporate a simple airflow system, basically strategic holes to let the motor breathe. Battery placement. Here's where some creativity was required. A brand new lithium battery pack can cost way more than $10 alone. So Chris gathered multiple used lithium-ion cells from old electronics. He tested each one with a multimeter, discarding any that were too degraded. Then he wired them together to form a DIY battery pack. Not fancy, not super high capacity, but possibly enough to propel the bike for a short distance. 3. Cooling matters. Electric motors heat up, especially when they're not designed for continuous use. Like a drill motor, more ventilation or even a small fan could greatly extend the motor's runtime. 4th, battery safety. Chris was diligent with testing each lithium-ion cell and using insulation. But if you're going to replicate something like this, remember that battery packs can be volatile if they're improperly wired or damaged. Safety gear is non-negotiable. 5. Reuse and upcycle. One of the biggest takeaways is the sheer amount of useful stuff you can find for free or cheap if you keep your eyes peeled. From garage sales to online freebies, there's a world of secondhand items waiting to be repurposed into something innovative. And that brings us to one of the biggest hooks of all. Imagine what you could accomplish if you took these same principles, resourcefulness, ingenuity, and perseverance, and applied them to other projects. The possibilities are endless. Speaking of possibilities, let's pause for a moment to talk about an amazing opportunity for all you cycling enthusiasts out there. If you're looking to upgrade your biking gear, but perhaps not ready to tear apart power tools to do so, I've got some good news. In the description below, you'll find a link to All About Bicycle, where you can snag the best cycling accessories and gear at an incredible 70% off. Yes, you read that right? 70% off. Whether you want a reliable bike lock, high-quality lights, or even a conversion kit, a more professional one than Chris's homemade version, you'll find it all there. Jump down to that link in the description to check out the deals. Remember, these promotions don't last forever, so act fast and gear up your ride for less. This is a great way to improve your cycling experience without having to scavenge through junkyards, unless, of course, that's what you're into. Now, let's get back to our main narrative, the final verdict on Chris's $10 electric bike project. 8. The reaction, friends and family. When word got out that Chris had pulled off the near impossible, he became a bit of a local legend in his community. Friends who initially doubted him had to eat their words. They flocked to see, and sometimes try, the wacky e-bike themselves. Some thought it was an accident waiting to happen. Others admired the sheer audacity and creativity. His mom, she just shook her head, laughing, and said, "That's my boy." And guess what else? Chris's simple video demonstration started attracting attention online too. Within a week, his social media post was shared hundreds of times. Some people laughed at the rudimentary design, while others were genuinely intrigued. It sparked debates on forums about the future of DIY e-bikes and the boundaries of ultra-low-cost engineering. 9. Could you do it better? Now, here's a question for you. Do you think you could improve on Chris's design? Maybe you have some old parts lying around that could withstand higher speeds or longer battery life. Perhaps you have the mechanical and electrical know-how to make a more refined version. The point is, this project shows that you don't have to be a millionaire to make something cool. You just need patience, creativity, and a willingness to learn. Hook number 3. Are you feeling inspired yet? If so, leave a comment below, telling me what you'd try to modify or where you'd start searching for parts. Let's keep the conversation alive, because who knows, maybe the next legendary DIY e-bike project could come from you. 10. Environmental and social impact. You might be thinking, okay, neat, but is a $10 e-bike just a novelty? Possibly. Yet there's a deeper angle here. Bicycles, especially electric-assisted ones, can have a massive impact on reducing carbon emissions and traffic congestion. If more people discovered ways to make eco-friendly transport affordable, perhaps not as cheap as $10, but still very cost-effective, we could see a revolution in how we move around cities. Of course, large-scale commercial production is different from one man's experiment, but sometimes these small experiments spark bigger ideas. Today, it's a scrappy, homemade e-bike. Tomorrow, it might be a community workshop teaching teenagers how to build functional e-bikes from recycled materials. That's the power of innovation. It only takes one successful example to open people's eyes to new possibilities. 11. Challenges and drawbacks. Let's keep it real though. Building a $10 e-bike isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Reliability. Chris's bike certainly isn't built for daily commuting. It's more of a proof of concept. You risk breakdowns, especially as the motor or battery cells degrade. Legal considerations. Depending on where you live, modifying a bicycle with an electric motor might come with specific legal requirements. Always check your local regulations, licensing, and insurance rules. Safety. Helmets are a must, and be aware that your makeshift bike might not have the braking power or structural integrity to handle high speeds or unexpected obstacles. Time. Investment. Finding and refurbishing parts is time-consuming. If you value convenience, you might prefer saving up for a commercial e-bike. Still, even with these caveats, the project is proof that ingenuity knows no bounds. 12. Stories of others who tried it. What's even cooler is that after Chris posted his success story, others tried their own variations. Some used old fan motors or e-scooter parts. A few individuals with more electronics expertise built better battery packs. One man named Ryan claimed he made a self-charging system using small solar panels, but that might require a bit more engineering prowess. The point is, Chris's experiment opened up a world of possibilities for tinkerers. Imagine hooking up with a group of friends who share your passion for building things from scratch. You could turn this into a fun weekend project, competing to see who can build the most cost-effective, reliable e-bike. Suddenly, you're not just spending a weekend, you're forging new skills, relationships, and ideas. 13. The soft sell finale. Before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone that if you're interested in biking, but not necessarily in rummaging through junkyards, you can still upgrade your ride with legitimate, high-quality accessories. And you can do so without breaking the bank. Because guess what? There's a link in the description below for All About Bicycle, offering an exclusive 70% off their range of cycling gear. Whether you're a casual rider or a biking enthusiast, you'll find something awesome to elevate your cycling experience. Don't sleep on this deal, because it won't last forever. Why not treat yourself, or a fellow cyclist, to a brand new set of lights, a comfy saddle, or even a starter electric conversion kit? Remember, this is your chance to get top-notch bike gear at a fraction of the regular price. After watching Chris's story, you might be itching to do some tinkering. Having the right gear and accessories can make a world of difference, especially if you want to ride safely and comfortably. 14. Final thoughts. Chris's $10 e-bike might sound almost too good to be true, but as you've seen, it's indeed possible. Sure, it's not the sleek machine you'd find at a high-end bike shop, but it doesn't have to be. This project is a testament to what can be achieved when you're willing to think outside the box, get your hands dirty, and persist through trial and error. If this story teaches us anything, it's that innovation is for everyone. You don't need a big budget. You don't need fancy tools. You just need curiosity, determination, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. So take that idea that's been rattling around in your head, the one that seems a little too wild or ambitious, and go for it. Start small, experiment, and see what happens. At worst, you'll learn something new. At best, you might just inspire the world like Chris did. And that's a wrap for today, folks. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the amazing story of how one man built an electric bike for just $10. I hope it sparked your imagination and maybe gave you a few ideas of your own. Now, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming content. Trust me, we've got some wild stuff in store that you don't want to miss. Also, don't forget to like this video if you found it entertaining, leave a comment with your thoughts, and of course, share it with anyone who might appreciate a good DIY success story. Every little bit of support really helps this channel grow, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this journey. Finally, do check out the promo link down in the description if you're looking for top quality cycling gear at 70% off. It's a limited time offer, so don't wait. Treat yourself to something great for your bike or gift a loved one. You'll be supporting this channel and getting a fantastic deal in the process. Thanks again for watching. Stay creative, stay resourceful, and as always, keep the wheels turning. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now,